This is the resistance that comes along with creating a more efficient government, Mr. Speaker. The second area and the example of major disagreement is in the child welfare division. Under Director Kohler's leadership and management, the number of children in state foster care has decreased by 50% from about 3,000 in 2003 to 1,400 children today, the lowest number since 1993. More importantly, Hawaii now has one of the lowest rates of child re-abuse rates in the country. Prior to implementing this new direction in 2003, DHS removed children from their biological families at up to 4 times the national average with no improvement in their safety. The HD1 reverses the nationally recognized strategy that was implemented by Kohler by cutting purchase of contract agreements that provide prevention services that are proven to keep children safe. Remember former Representative Mike Kahikina and his cries for help as kids were being ripped from their home. So let's address some of the comments in the committee report. Caseloads have not quadrupled. Child Welfare Service caseloads have not quadrupled as claimed in the House Finance Committee report. And I understand that this is coming from the line. Mr. Speaker, somewhere in between, I hope, from what Child Welfare Services and the line, what they're saying, that we can really grasp as to what is going on. But this is from Child Welfare Services. The CWS intake data shows about a 20% increase in referrals being assigned for investigation, but that is nowhere near a 400% increase as stated in the House report. Mr. Speaker, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff I'm going to put in written comments, so I'd like to ask for written comments.
So ordered.
CWS investigations are timely. For CWS cases assessed as having safety concerns, investigations should take place within 2 working days from the time of intake to intake is assigned to a unit for investigation. For cases that are not assessed as having safety concerns, investigation should take place within 5 working days. Mr. Speaker, in fiscal year 2009, CWS conducted a face-to-face contact for all cases assigned for investigation within 3.72 days, a significant improvement from the 15 days between the acceptance of the report and face-to-face contract in fiscal year 2002. The volume of intakes assigned for investigations without safety concerns, plus the unexpected retirement of departure of employees, are having an impact on the current CWS response time. Mr. Speaker, this is all a very delicate balance. One more point on this issue. CWF positions should not be restored by decreasing contracted services. I think if you want to go ahead and restore some of these other positions in CWS, I think that could be warranted. But remember, year after year, these types of really graphic situations of child abuse happens even when we don't have, even when we had the money and we didn't fund more positions. Unfortunately, that's one of the realities of this world. And I'm not saying don't fund them. I'm just saying that we're breaking down the system that made us so successful in the first place. The funding in these purchase of contracts in HD1 with the funding that was there for the purchase of contracts, Hawaii passed all 6 national standards, which are recurrence of maltreatment, incidents of child abuse and or neglect in foster care re-entries, length of time to achieve reunification, length of time to achieve adoption, and stability of foster care placements. Mr. Speaker, I have so much to put, but I'm going to skip this for now because I know that I'm running out of time. The need to question decisions.
Representative Finnegan, could you sum up? Your time is getting close.
Okay. Let me see. Let me choose then. Mr. Speaker, I guess, where I'd like to jump to now is just, it wouldn't be fair if I came to the table and just said, don't do this and don't do that. I think it would be fair if I gave some recommendations where we could look further for cuts. We can look further for cuts, and I'll explain it in my written remarks, on Medicaid, and still provide good services. We have in the past talked about You're
Representative
looking
Finnegan,
at me
can
like
you
I'm running
sum
out
it
of
up? You're out,
Okay.
to be fair.
All right.
Mr. Speaker,
Yes, Representative Morimoto.
I'd like to yield my rebuttal time to the minority leader.
Please proceed.
Thank you,
You
Mr.
cannot,
Speaker.
excuse me. Representative Blake Oshiro.
Point of order, you can't do that under Rule 50 of our House rules. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Blake
Speaker?
Oshiro.
When I was yielded 5 minutes, I only used 2 of those. So there's 3
Representative
remaining. May I
Ward,
yield it?
I've been watching the
May I
clock.
call
Representative
upon
Ward,
any
you
of
ought to
my
order
colleagues
Representative
on
Ward.
the minority, the majority side would help my colleague finish your speech. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I do have other things that I'd like to enter in the written comments, but at this point in time, could I call for a recess?